So, finally back with Season 5 of the High Roller Draft League. So this is going to be my third season competing in the High Roller Draft League. I am very excited to get back into it. This is going to be the final one before Scarlet and Violet come out, so this is hopefully going to be the one where I make a much further run than I have previously. Top 4 and top 8 is not too bad, but champion would be nice. So, first round, here we go. Okay, so no Gigas at all. That's fair enough. So I practiced mainly against this. I should be okay. This seems like it will do very well. Buzzwole, they do have Articuno. If they didn't have Articuno, Buzzwole just went in completely. And then, because they look Trick Room-y, is it Drago or Tangrowth? Because they've got no Dragon Resist. Their Fairy was Slurpuff, and that was just probably not coming. So, Drago is free. The Scarf is probably unnecessary on it. But I'll at least speed type with the Scarf Ditto. I'm confident I want those three I've already selected, and it's just the last one. I don't really want Thundurus. Thundurus is fine, but I don't think I need it at all. So, Drago or Tangrowth, because that Articuno looks like it could be wanting to set Trick Room. I think I'll have Tangrowth as insurance for game one. Okay. That is reasonably expected. So, options. Fake out Raichu, just get a huge chunk with Meteor Beam as I trade my Nihilego for a Geyser. And I would have to rely on Weavile to beat Articuno in that case. Because Tangrowth and Buzzwole are not going to do it. So I could protect the Nihilego and just triple Axle the Raichu straight up, because they're not going to fake out the Weavile. That would be pretty crazy if they do, because I do want to fake Tears the Lapras. But if I protect the Nihilego, then they could just get the switch into Incineroar. But I think I will triple Axle the Raichu and protect this turn, because then next turn I can go for Fake Tears and Meteor Beam, and that should just OHKO Dynamax Lapras, because if they go for the Veil this turn, then they were fine just not getting a KO. It's going to be Scarf Raichu, isn't it? It's totally going to be Scarf Raichu. So I could have Dynamaxed the Nihilego. I could have gone for Fake Tears and just Rockfall. Because if they are faking out the Nihilego, that play would have worked out very well. Yeah, so I should have probably gone for Fake Tears and Rockfall, and that would have just been probably immediately game winning. With my Wide Lens, I should not be missing. That is a smart item. That's a really smart item against Weavile, wow. And they're going to be EV to live, aren't they? Okay, they probably EV to live. That is a bit fortunate, but that's a very cool item. Like, already I am impressed by that item. That was a good choice, and that was that looked like it was built to survive. So that was cool. The nice thing is they haven't got Veil, so okay, Life Orb, fair enough. Probably could have told. I could have. Yes, could have told. Oh, Thwacky. Okay, that's going to change something. Do I still want to Dynamax the Nihilego? I could. God, Buzzwole's looking so good if I just take care of Articuno. Weavile's probably in range now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into Buzzwole, because I'm expecting a Grassy Light to KO the Weavile. And then I will also switch into my Tang Growth, because then that covers for Fake Out and Geyser into Nihilego. So this should be okay. It is interesting they did bring the Thwacky. Like, I've got quite a few grass resists. It's quite brave to bring the Thwacky. But here it is. And Buzzwole is a fantastic check to it. Oh, okay. That was a good play. Oh, they brought Incineroar. Okay, no Articuno. My Buzzwole is looking fantastic, because I got a White Herb. So long as the Geyser goes into Tang Growth, and there is not a Geyser into the Buzzwole. Because Buzzwole is looking so good here. Please just let me sweep with this Buzzwole. It's looking fantastic. They went for Resonance into Tang Growth. Okay, I've got my Sash. I'm fine. Okay. That's not too bad, because I can go for Double Protect here pretty safely. And then the Lapras will lose its Dynamax. And then I'll probably be able to knuckle it. Probably not, because it has got the Veil now. Could double protect, but if they attack the Tang Growth, that was pointless. I can just go for close combat into the Incineroar, and that should just be a KO. I'm going to double protect this turn. Stall out the last turn. If they switch into Thwacky here, like hards, then that would have been a good play, but this should be fine. Because this now lets me go for Rage Powder and Close Combat, and I don't need to use up a turn of Dynamax, because I don't think Knuckle will KO the Incineroar. And if they KO the Tang Growth through Protect, then I get the switch into Nihilego, and I go for Meteor Beam. And also the raid is up, so like I'm pretty safe against the Incineroar at the moment. So now I can go for Meteor Beam, and I could go for Power Gem actually. Power Gem is safer, because Power Gem and Knuckle is KOing. Like, I know you've got the Veil, but come on. That's KOing, right? So if I can get the Thwacky on the field before Weavile hits the field and Grassy Terrain runs out, then that would be lovely. How many turns of Grassy Terrain is left? Or like on the final turn so I can take out the Thwacky. Turns. That might not be enough, but my Buzzwole is going to be very nice here. So Knuckle and Power Gem is KOing, right? There's no way it's not. I don't have to risk the Meteor Beam miss, and I can save it for the Incineroar. This is KOing through Veil, surely. If they protect the Lapras and Parting Shot, we're effectively back to where we were before. There you go, Keen. First Pokemon I Dynamax was Buzzwole. Keen was so against this Buzzwole, but it is very good in this matchup. As long as Articuno disappears, and it is not here, so... that's a Scarf Incineroar. Okay, so my Weavile does not outspeed Scarf Incineroar. It could have done, which is why I'm quite surprised to see it, but this is KOing the Lapras, because they... like, unless they're jolly. Like, my Buzzwole outspeeds the, neutral speed max, and what? That did nothing. Okay, I'm way overestimating the Veil. No, I'm not. Buzzwole's a beast. Because that crit through it, didn't it? No, it didn't. Okay, like, why did that do nothing? Because that was, like, reasonably as strong as each other. Oh, because the parting shot, of course. I didn't factor in the parting. No, I did factor in the parting shots. Because it was supposed to go after the Nihilego attacked. That was the issue. Okay, so Buzzwole was still just a beast, so... and the rain is up for one more turn, so I get... like, I've cancelled out this Intimidate now. I can go for a pretty... Well, I was going to say safe. Has Thwacky taken damage? I don't think it has, because it switched out straight away, didn't it? How many turns of Grass Tree? Yes, so I can go for Knuckle into the Incineroar. If it is Scarf, it does not have the bulk to survive, for sure. And I can also just go for Protect with an Nihilego in this turn if I need to. Do I need to? Like, it's definitely Knuckle into the Incineroar, and that should be a win. But is it, like... Yeah, there's nothing they can do to slow me down at this point, because if they lock into Parting Shot, they're not doing any damage for the rest of the game. So, this is, as far as I can see, incredibly safe. Yeah, so now, like, how do they beat this Buzzwole? They're locked into Parting Shot, they've got a Thwacky. Has it got Acrobatics? And then it has its EVO Light, so it's still not doing damage. Like, this is still incredibly safe. I don't see how I lose this game 1 now. High horsepower? Swords Dance? That could be a way, to be fair. That could be a way. But it will not be because the grassy terrain is disappearing. So, that's a cool tech though. Like, the Raichu was sick. Like, I like the Raichu a lot. That was really smart. So, Knuckle into the Incineroar is fine again. And at this point, I will just try and Sludge Bomb the Thwacky. I'll probably get KO'd to the Grassy Glide, but then I can just go for Fake Out and Leech Life next turn. And the Grassy Terrain is stalled, and this is fine. Yeah, they didn't particularly bring any answers for Buzzwole this game. I think the Life Orb Lapras was supposed to be an answer, and it didn't end up being because it used up its turns of Dynamax before. So, it's probably... It's got to be worth just going for Close Combat and not showing the Leech Life yet, because I've only shown fighting moves. Like, I can go for Fake Out and Close Combat, and they can't be both Weavile and the Buzzwole. I'd have to miss the first Triple Axle to maybe... Like, they can't be Buzzwole. I don't know why I'm... Like, why am I saying this? They can't be Buzzwole. Thwacky cannot beat a Buzzwole. Come on. Especially when the terrain is gone. Might have been better to preserve the Swords Dance, because I'm pretty sure they didn't have a path back into the game. Maybe Flare Blitz Burn onto the Buzzwole would have been the thing to do. Maybe their Overheat. If they're special, it would have done a lot better into the Buzzwole. But yes, I will not reveal the Leech Life just yet. I feel no need to do so. We will see if they're going to show me a Protect or anything. So what, Grassy Glide, gotta be Fake Out, Swords Dance, and something. So that's pretty straightforward game 1. They've got to bring the Articuno to slow down the Buzzwole. Like, that is literally the only threat to the Buzzwole. So they've got to bring the Articuno. But Nihilego and Weavile check it very well. So, Tangrowth didn't really do much. Regidrago, no, to be fair, it was better than Regidrago, because Regidrago was not a Resonant Switcher. So... If the Raichu's built to survive Triple Axle, which based on the damage before the crits, like, that was fortunate, by the way, then it should get KO to Hailstorm. Because Hailstorm is 20 base power stronger. Is that something that's worth considering? If I considered going for Fake Tears and Rockfall immediately, then that's probably something as well, because that would have won game 1 immediately. Unless the Incineroar could be carrying Earthquake or Stomping Tantrum, which makes sense if it's Scarfed to outspeed the Nihilego. And I am regretting not running slightly faster Weavile just to cover for that. And I didn't pay attention to if they were Intimidate or not. It must have been, right? But, like, I thought my Defiant Thunderous may have persuaded them to Blaze, but I wasn't paying enough attention. Silly me. Right, so... I could go Weavile Regidrago as a lead, and if they go the same thing, I can just Fake Out and Dragon Energy, sacrifice the Regidrago to the Resonance, and probably KO the Raichu, and then I can just go into Nihilego or Buzzwole afterwards. I could definitely consider that. If I were them, I'd drop the Thwacky for the Ditto. No, they've got to bring the Articuno, so they've got to bring something. They might drop Raichu now that I didn't bring Thunderous, which might be a reason to bring Thunderous, but I still want to leave with Weavile. And annoyingly, their Fake Out will probably go before me, if they even have Fake Out. So I think I will switch up to what I just said. Because my Regidrago, even with the Choice Scarf, is underspeeding my Weavile. So I could go for Fake Tears and Dragon Energy that way. There's Articuno. It looks so cool shiny. Yeah, it was Intimidate, okay. It could be worth going for Dynamax with Weavile. Because they do outspeed me. They've seen that as well. So, I could go for the Hailstorm into the Articuno. Because that's the only threat to Buzzwole. Like, Incineroar, to be fair, and I wouldn't be Dynamaxing then either. But then that would just be the one first turn. Is that worth? I don't know if that's worth, especially because I'm -1 and I'll be useless against everything else. I will fake it out. Attempt to fake it out at least, and Dragon Energy. I was considering Dynamaxing the Regidrago, and they are Dynamaxing the Articuno. I was considering... Did I fake it out? I didn't go for Triple Axle, did I? I hope they fake out my Weavile so I don't look silly. But yeah, if I Dynamax the Regidrago, I activate Competitive with 1 wins, so... Okay, so I am looking silly. And because I underspeed my Weavile, then their Incineroar with Choice Scarf outspeeds my Regidrago. Because I wanted the Fake Tears combination, but that has come back to bite me now. So that is not a good start. But it's incredibly possible that they are weakness policy on the Articuno. So if I do go for Triple Axle, that could be quite bad. But that Lapras is not actually doing too much now, because it's not in Dynamax. But at least I get this Dragon Energy off. And that's still going to do a decent chunk to the Lapras. Like, that's not bad. But Regidrago is surviving this. Like, it's chunky. Okay. Kind of want Icy Wind. But then... No, that Icy Wind is fine, because even if they get the competitive boost, I will still be able to Rockfall / Meteor Beam them guaranteed. So I think that's fine. And I don't want to switch into anything, so I will just go for another Dragon Energy. They are weakness policy, so... well, maybe, but, you know, they set up their own Psychic Terrain, so that's a little bit of anti-synergy, but I'm activating their weakness policy for them, so you're welcome. Which goes first, competitive or weakness policy? Competitive does. There we go. But I'm going to get a nice chunk, and now Nihilego is going to look very good. Because even with this Airstream, I'm going to outspeed. And they didn't go for Weavile. I prefer that. So. Do I click Meteor Beam, which will KO? Or do I take the safe option and Rockfall? Because Meteor Beam is a horrible move to click. Like, it is one of the worst moves to click in VGC. Because it's your setup, but, you know. Because they are a neutral, and Nihilego definitely outspeeds. And I would be able to save the Dynamax for Buzzwole. So I am going to click Meteor Beam. So, let's see how this one goes. Is it worth switching out into the Buzzwole? Because my Weavile is not doing too much at all. I'm going to spam Icy Wind in case they switch into the... no, I'm not going for that, am I? Oh, if they max guard and they... max guard and they go for... and go for Hydro Pump. Which means I need to Dynamax. No, I do need to Dynamax because this will give me the Spadef boost, which will allow me to survive. This is fine. Because Life Orb Hydro Pump might KO the Nihilego. Yeah. I've taught myself out of it. Now they're going to go for Max Guard, and I could have just gone for the prediction, but oh well, too late now. Like, yeah. But at least I didn't waste my power up. I can use that later. I'm only -1, aren't I? Would Triple Axel KO the Articuno? But then might they switch into the... Are they going to hit? They do. And that would have KO'd. So... but the nice thing here is that Rockfall will allow me to survive. So... but... Let's see, do I have time to do a calc? That should probably KO Articuno. But will it KO if... that's the wrong Articuno. Okay, yeah, -1. I've gotten -1. It should KO. So I can go for Triple Axel and Rockfall into the Lapras. And that should be fine. As long as I don't miss the 1%. If they switch into Incineroar, I think I still... yeah, like I'm still fine. This will chunk my Nihilego. Okay, I'm KOing the Incineroar. That's good. That's very good. I'm very happy with that. That's a 2-shot, so that's decent. But then not Choice Scarf on the Ditto, so I still outspeed. They are Choice Scarf on the Incineroar. So I get to go for another Triple Axel into the Nihilego and Rockfall into the Incineroar, and only Quick Claw screws me. And I have spoken it into existence, I am fully aware, but even if they do get the Quick Claw, they can't KO my own Nihilego, they'll only KO my Weavile, and the Nihilego is still KOing the other thing with the Rock thing. So... this is still okay. I'm glad I didn't put any defenses on my... like, I put, what, 20 defense on my Nihilego? I am very pleased with that decision now. Because I can go for Triple Axel into the Ditto. I can go for Max Rockfall once again into the Lapras. One, 2, and 3, and the game is over. Nice. Because that was a 97% chance to win the game. Decent odds, but you know, Pokemon can do some funny things. Didn't even need the Buzzwole in this second game. So, I like the Raichu a lot. I think that was the coolest deck. The Scarf Incineroar was surprising given that it doesn't outspeed Weavile if I am fast, but then they may have just predicted me to outspeed Raichu and that's it. So, which obviously was the case and worked out perfectly. So, you know, that's what you can do in the draft league sometimes. Curious if it did have Fake Out. Because with Choice Scarf, you probably don't want to be locking yourself into Choice Scarf Fake Out. And especially because you may not guarantee that you outspeed the Weavile, because I may have run faster. I would be interested to find out, but yeah. Like, we predicted that Nihilego and Buzzwole would be very good into this matchup, and clearly that has been the case. I do not need to worry about BTB. Decent damage. Might KO all on its own. Like, Weavile just being amazing. Yep. Oh, no, not quite. It's going to be Nihilego. And even if I didn't KO, then the Sam would have got it. So, that's a good start. That's obviously what you want. first win in the first round, get the momentum going. So yeah, like, I'm pretty happy with that one. That was a very good adjustment in that game too. As soon as the Articuno did not get a +1 speed boost, like that was the important thing. If it got to +1 at any point, I was in a bad position. But because I managed to keep it in check, then I was sorted. And that game 1 was just Buzzwole being Buzzwole because there was no Articuno. So yeah, very happy with that one.